Chris, what's it like to have emerged as a player on this team as a freshman?
Uh, it's definitely a blessing. Being behind Terry and Johnny early, with Matt going out, just stepped into that role, and it's definitely an honor to be here.
Hey, Chris.
What do you think's the reason for that? What do you think's been the reason for your rise? I mean, Coach Myers talked about your hard work and practice, but also you got to show you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah. Right when I got here, I kind of wanted to earn the coach's trust and just be myself and come out here and just be a family.
Chris, Urban talked about that big catch last week, maybe as a sign, I don't know, proving some of that trust with Olave. How big was that play for you personally? How tough was it? It looked like a pretty impressive catch up from where we were sitting.
Yeah. You got my guys. They trusted me. Coach Harline, Coach Key, Terry, Ben, all the receivers. So I just wanted to make an impact in the game and do whatever I can.
Is there a moment where you have felt like, okay, I've arrived, I'm helping, the guys can have that trust in you?
Early on, I was kind of trying to make an impact on special teams, and then like I said earlier, Mac went down, so I stepped into that role, and it's been a blessing.
Chris, coming from such a veteran receiving with Terry McLaurin, Coach Campbell, what have you learned from them?
They gave me a lot of lessons, and they teach me a lot still to this day. I kind of, in practice, I still ask them a lot of questions and just little things that try to get me better every day. So,
Hey, Chris. Urban Meyer said in there that you're ahead of schedule. What in your mind do you think the schedule should be? Like, where should a freshman be right now in November of their freshman year?
I don't know what that means, but I just come out here every day and try to get better. So
I think it means that like you are far exceeding where the expectations would be. Like what, like in your mind, like where did you maybe think you were going to be in November of your true freshman year at a place like Ohio State?
Coming into Ohio State, I knew all the receivers were coming back, so I just wanted to come in and get better, compete, try to get on the field, special teams or something. And like you said, ahead of the schedule, I'm just like I just came in and tried to learn the plays, everything, try to get everything down, and just work hard every day trying to earn a spot.
Do you think you'd be catching a slant in the Michigan State game?
No, not at all.
Has it been surreal? I mean, given the guys that did come back and whatnot, obviously it took Austin's injury, but to get out there and make a play like that?
It all started in the summer when they saw what I can do, and they kind of told me like I was gonna make an impact on the season. So I just stuck to it, and God gave it to me last week.
This has to have seemed like a little bit of a blur because you were kind of a late addition to the the class and stuff, and then all of a sudden you come in, you're the freshman who plays. I mean, has it been like a blur to you the last 12 months or what?
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
That was a long process. After my sophomore year, I transferred schools and I had to sit out my whole junior year. So I didn't have no junior highlights, and then my senior year, mid-season came out, and then Ohio State was like the first big offer. So I kind of jumped on it, and then like all the other schools started to come after Ohio State came, and I signed late. I signed like the week before signing day, the second period. And kind of enjoyed the process, and
I'm trying to remember. Was it Coach Day who got on you from Ohio State? Who?
Oh yeah, it was actually Coach Day was coming to see my quarterback.
Yeah.
Because I'm all the way from San Diego, California. So my quarterback was a big time recruit, and my head coach and my quarterback told him about me, and then he waited till my midseason came out, and then finally pulled the trigger.
Chris, who was your big brother in that sort of buddy system that Urban does?
My big brother is CJ Saunders. He's been a good big brother to me, and he's helped me throughout the process and everything.
Chris showed you how to gain weight.
Yeah, all the strength coaches told me like he was kind of my size when I came in.
Yeah.
I was 160 when I came in, and I gained 15 before the season.
Chris, another Hartline was on the staff last year, and he wasn't your position coach when you were being recruited, but how involved was he in your recruitment? Did he somebody that you built a relationship with? Did he recruit you? And what do you remember if he did about that?
When I got here, he told me, I actually 2 months after signing day, he told me like he watched my film and he asked the coaches if they offered me it, and they said no. And then he was like, "What are you thinking?" So when I got here, he kind of took me under his wing, and he said like he's my guy. So yeah.
So but you never talked to him during your recruitment at all?
Oh, I never did.
Okay.
What are the biggest things that you've learned from Coach Hartline in your first few months here?
Coach Hartline, he's one of the best coaches I've had. He's teaching me things like on the field and off the field. So he's kind of a person to look up to, knowing the things he did earlier in his career, and just coming back and giving back to us is an honor.
What were the things about Ohio State in your recruitment process that made this school stand out, that made you want to come here all the way from California?
They were kind of. I just came here because school. I knew I was gonna get it prepared for on and off the field. When I during the recruiting process, the coaches never they never really pressured me. They kind of wanted me to take my visits and wanted me to do everything that a recruit would do. So I kind of took my time, and I knew like early January I was comfortable with this program, and I wanted to be here. So
you mentioned there being a lot of veterans here. A lot of those guys won't be back next year. Do you kind of view this end of the year as kind of your opportunity to make a name for yourself and kind of set yourself up for the rest of your career?
I just kind of going towards the end of the season, I kind of want to learn more things from them and get a feel for the field, so I could play next year. And
Chris, last question. There's been so much talk about that leadership from a guy like Terry McLaurin. We saw what he did on special teams last week. For a young guy like yourself, what is the example he sets? What do you learn from being in that room with Terry McLaurin?
Terry's he's unbelievable. He's a hard worker. Comes out every day, knowing his legs hurt, doing special teams, all that. He's a guy I look up to, and kind of as the main guy, I ask questions a lot too. So kind of taking that role behind him on punt and taking that role behind him in the offense, I look up to him and kind of model my game after him. So
Thank you, Chris. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.